Hello Virgo, this is going to be your June 2019 Clow card reading. I hope all of you are doing well. This is going to be for, June 2019. This is for Virgo Sun, Moon, or Rising. So if this resonates with you, then please watch the videos for your Moon and Rising sign because they may resonate with you as well and also give you a more full picture for the month ahead. This is kind of just a general overview of your emotions throughout the month and where your mental space might be as the month progresses. Card on the bottom of the deck is the Thunder. Alright, so the Thunder card is about having a lot of energy but nowhere to really put it. When we have the Thunder card, it's saying that we feel very excited this month. Like we have a lot of energy. We're brimming with energy and we are ready to get things moving. We have a lot of energy that we're ready to pour into a project, an idea, something new we're trying to implement into our life. But the problem with the Thunder is that we don't know what that thing is. We have the energy, but we don't have the direction. So hopefully this month we are gaining direction and the cards will let us know that in a moment. So the overall theme of the month is the Thunder. Let's see what the cards week to week have to say for us, Virgo. I had a feeling the Wood was going to come up in this reading. Alright. The Shield, the Wood, the Illusion, the Nothing, the Mist, and the Fly. Very interesting. Okay. So, the first week of June 2019, Virgo, we have the Shield and the Wood. The Shield card is all about having barriers up between you and other people, having walls up within yourself. It's all about defense mechanisms, keeping people out. It's about keeping yourself protected, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. The Wood card is all about connecting to nature. That's the whole nature of the card. No pun intended. Is that a pun? This card is more about getting into nature, going outside, reconnecting with the earth, and grounding in those energies to help stabilize your emotions. It's also about eating better, making better decisions nutritionally speaking. When I see the Wood and the Shield together, I feel like you are having walls up, whether they're in your own mind and you're also potentially keeping people at bay because of where your mind is. In the beginning of the month, you might be keeping people out because of the thoughts you're having. There might be somebody who is trying to connect with you or something like that, and you are keeping them at arm's length because of your walls you have up to protect you emotionally maybe in this first week. I think that some of these walls are there for a reason, but a lot of them, they don't serve you anymore. Certainly not in certain situations. And I think that by going outside, we can ground out of the mental energy, or we can get into better touch with our emotions, and we can make better decisions about who we want to let in or who we want to keep out. In the first week, I think you're going to be letting some walls down, and you're going to be, reconnecting with who you are as a person and with what it is you truly want, for yourself, instead of just running on autopilot based on how you've acted in the past towards certain situations or certain people. I think there's a lot to be said about the first week and some mental growth. So I think the first week, you're going to be releasing a lot of, blocks in your own mind that keep you from certain things. You're going to be laying some walls down, Virgo. But I think it's I think it's for the best, definitely. The second week, we have the illusion and the nothing. I think that in the second week, I feel that you are going to be feeling bored with life, or at least bored with a certain area of life, because you have an illusion about it. And when I say that, I mean that, you might be bored with work because you feel like this is all that there is for you. Nothing else can come of it. This is all you're meant to do. Nothing else is out there for you. If you try to look for something else, you won't find it. And because of this illusion, you are feeling apathetic. You're feeling bored. Or, in another area of life, if you feel like nobody likes you, nobody's attracted to you, you can't get love, you can't get a date, you have all these illusions about yourself about why you cannot attract, someone to go on a date with, and you may be feeling bored or apathetic or almost numb with this area of life. And I think that the fact that the illusion is coming up, it speaks a lot towards, where we are mentally. Because, if we are having all these self-limiting beliefs about ourselves or our situations, it is definitely going to block us from, feeling and having what we want, manifest in our realities. And, it's going to keep us with blinders on from the reality of things around us, So I think that feeling apathetic and indifferent towards something, is part of your emotional, GPS, and it's telling you, hey, this area of life needs work. It needs some change. If I'm feeling bored with it, this is a great time, obviously, to really scrutinize things. And I think that coming at things in the second week from a very logical perspective can help you shed these illusions. It can help you lift the veil and see things for what they really are. And by doing that, you'll be able to see things, in a very blunt and honest way. And you'll be able to overcome your, blocks to these things. And hopefully we can alleviate you of your, your indifference towards this area of life. And you'll be able to finally have clarity about it. So in the third week, we have the Mist and the Fly. The Mist card is all about, kind of like the Thunder, it's kind of being directionless. You don't know what's going on. You feel a little bit lost, but it's not lost in a big way, like where you're having like setbacks. It's more just like, kind of like you just feel a little bit directionless right now. You feel like you don't know what you're doing. You feel like you're lost in a fog, so to speak. The Fly card is extremely, extremely positive card. It's all about being in a very, very, very high place energetically and vibrationally speaking. It's about soaring over the negativity, not letting things bring you down. So I feel like in the third week, you might be having, you might be feeling directionless. You might be feeling you need to be working towards something. But I say that even if you don't have something to work towards, at the very least you can work towards, raising your vibration, cheering yourself up and, raising yourself positively speaking. I think that you can do a lot in the third week, energetically speaking. I think you can make yourself feel really good and lift your spirits to really, really high places. Because if you're not working on anything at the moment, this is a chance to stop trying to wander around in the fog, stand still for a moment, look within, and raise your spirits. I think the third week would be a good time to take some time for yourself, maybe stray away from emotional, situations, and especially, take a break from social situations and give some time to your inner world so that you can cultivate it and raise your vibration, raise your emotional place to somewhere much higher than it normally is. I think the third week is a good time to treat yourself and relax yourself. The fourth week, it ends on a very interesting note because we have the Lock and the Dark. And it's very interesting because Leo also got the Lock and the Dark paired up just like this, except that was for them in the very beginning of the month. With the Lock and the Dark for you, Virgo, the Lock card is, it's a card about keeping to yourself It's almost similar to the shield, but it's more like you're just keeping things under lock and key. You're keeping things from other people. That could mean, keeping secrets, or simply keeping something to yourself. Whether that be fear of vulnerability, or you don't want to share something with other people, whatever that may be. But you're definitely keeping something to yourself in the 4th week. Paired with the dark, I feel like you might be having negative emotions about something, Virgo. There's something you're worried about, and you might be keeping it to yourself because you don't want to burden people around you. You also may be keeping emotions of yours under lock and key, and because you're keeping your emotions to yourself and bottled up a little bit, you aren't expressing them, you aren't releasing them, and because you're not telling anyone about these things and you're keeping it all within your own mind, it's causing you to go into negative mental places because these emotions aren't being released, and since they aren't even being expressed to other people, there's no logic that can come in and help put the emotions back into perspective. So it feels like the emotions are growing a little bit more into something that they're not, growing into something bigger than they are because of a lack of being expressed. The 4th week, I think it would do you wonders to express these emotions and get them out. And if you don't have anyone to tell, or if you don't want to share them with someone, consider writing them out, like in a paper, in a journal. You don't even have to have a journal, just write them out like a note to yourself, a letter, and by writing it out, you can reread it and you can gain so much clarity and insight into what it is you're writing, what it is you're thinking. You can see it from a fresh perspective. Write out all your feelings you're having, all your thoughts you're having, leave it alone, come back to it a few hours later and see it for what it is. And you will gain so much clarity, and it may help you to leave out of this negative mental space that you've created for yourself by, harboring all these emotions and harping on them within your own mind. I think that if you can overcome this, you will make massive strides in personal progress. This month, with the thunder presiding over everything, you have a lot of energy to put towards changing anything you want to change. And it seems like each week of the month, you are striding towards some kind of change. In the 1st week, you're striding towards letting some walls down and reconnecting with who you are. The 2nd week, you're striving towards releasing illusions about your life and about shedding apathy, for excitement. And the 3rd week, it's all about shedding your lack of direction and replacing it with, one direction, which is just the direction of rising higher and higher in positivity, through treating yourself and just relaxing and taking some time to cultivate your inner world. In the 4th week, you are trying to get over certain emotions, because when the dark comes up, these are emotions that are ready to be released. The darkness always asks for light. It always asks for something to come in and release it, to relieve it. When paired with the luck card, you're keeping this under wraps, but I think you can leave June having gotten over something that's been bugging you for a while. These negative thoughts, they don't come from nowhere. And I feel like this is something that may have been bugging you for some time. But is this some kind of subject that you feel some kind of way about? Is this a subject that you feel maybe emotionally a little sensitive about in this last week? And I think that you can really make some progress in this situation for yourself mentally and emotionally by trying to find ways to express the emotions or maybe articulate them a little bit better so you can really see where you stand with these things. Now, Virgo, I'm going to draw some additional oracle cards to help gain further clarity into the reading or to help give you some messages that Spirit and the powers that be may want to share with you this month. So, what should Virgo keep in mind this month? What is the message for Virgo this month in June 2019? What is the message for Virgo this month in June 2019? What is the message for Virgo this month, June 2019? Okay, we got one card. Humor. Laugh at yourself. Lighten your heart. Let nothing steal your happiness. So I feel like if you are in a positive, optimistic place, a playful place, it will be a lot harder for a lot of these things to get you down. Because these emotions, although they are not all positive, are not necessarily the kind of things that will drag you down entirely. These may just be feelings you're having towards certain areas in life. And if you come at them from a playful place, it will help alleviate so much tension and, negative feelings. So one of the messages from Spirit is to use humor, and laughter and joy, coming at things from a playful way instead of from a serious way. And by shifting that perspective in a whole new way, you can make some really big, changes. You can make some, progress in certain areas, at least emotionally speaking. What are some messages for Virgo this month in June 2019? What messages do you have for Virgo in the month of June 2019? What messages do you have for Virgo in the month of June 2019? What messages for Virgo in the month of June 2019? Oof. Okay, it looks like we got 3 cards. What have we got here? Sodalite. Socialize or join in. And make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with a group of like-minded people. So I guess it's saying that this month you should meet people or spend time with people that are like-minded as you. And when I feel like it's saying that, I feel like it's asking you to become friends with people, or maybe take some time on someone or some people that resonate with you on a certain level. People that are like-minded with you. But the key word is healthy and supportive new friendships. So this is asking you to connect with people that will only help to raise your vibration, not just anybody. This isn't just saying just socialize with your regular group of friends or family. This is saying, healthy, new, and supportive friendships and connections. So I think this month could be a good time for reaching out to some people of like mind. You might have to seek out people like this, unless you already know some people like this in your life. But it's saying you could benefit from people who are like-minded and who are also supportive of you. So I guess Virgo, you might be making some new friends, or reaching out to some people, making healthy and supportive new connections. I'll just put this here. Wow. I always feel some kind of way when I draw this card, the gold card. I call it the God card, because it just looks like God. And every time I glance at this gold word, I always think it says God for a moment. Gold, divine intervention. God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. So when we have this card, I assume that it's saying that you need to, just ask Spirit for help. Pray to God, pray to the angels. And if you don't normally pray, then just speak it out into the universe. I would like this to happen. Can this please happen? I need this in my life. I need help with this area of life. I like to think of the universe as a living and sentient being. So if you don't feel comfortable praying to God or to angels or anything like that, you can pray to the universe as a whole. But it says divine intervention, God sends miracles. So I think you might be getting something amazing this month, maybe. You might be getting some kind of a miracle this month, Virgo. Something that you consider to be a miracle. The third card, citrine, unnecessary worries. Release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions. Wow. So, unnecessary worries. So, we have worries all throughout the month, but this is saying is saying that they're not super, powerful over you. You can give them away. You don't have to worry. And so the fact that we have, the divine intervention card and the unnecessary worries card and the let nothing steal your happiness card, I think you're going to be just fine this month, Virgo. I think there might be moments where you feel like, there's a lot going on, where you feel like, how are you going to get through these things? But honestly, I feel like this month you're going to pull through just fine. I think you have a lot of growth this month. I think you're going to have a lot of emotional clearing this month. I think there's a lot of emotional things that you've been through that you're going to finally be getting over this month, or you're going to finally be gaining some clarity and some traction into the process of getting over these things. I think there are some things you're finally going to get some closure on, or, at the very least, if there's a certain thing that you've been wanting to change or that has been bugging you that you've been stagnant on, I feel like you're finally going to get the ball rolling and changes are going to start happening. I think this is a great month of emotional healing for you, Virgo. And I hope that, you put all these opportunities you get this month to heal emotionally to work. I hope that you're able to benefit. I guess that pretty much wraps up this reading for you for the month of June 2019, Virgo. I hope you were able to find at least a little bit of this helpful and useful to yourself. If you did, then that's awesome. That's all I want to do is help others through these readings. If you liked what you heard, then of course consider subscribing to my channel. I mean, it's easy. Just click the subscribe button. If you click the little bell icon, you'll be notified of all my future uploads. If you found this reading helpful, then consider watching the videos for your moon and rising sign. Give the video a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to, and leave a comment. I will absolutely read it, and I would love to hear your feedback. So with that being said, I will leave you, and I will see you in the next one.